Hi you guys, this class is called Walk the Plank. We're going to be working through several plank variations, side planks, regular planks, forearm planks, all the planks. So we're going to start by warming up the shoulders and the wrists and making sure that we're really stable, really strong in the upper body. And then we'll kind of walk part by part through the plank because we often think it's a core strengthening pose, which it is. But that really includes the full body, from the shoulders to the hips and beyond. So let's go ahead and just start in a seated position. We'll start by just centering, dropping in. So find a comfortable way to sit. Doesn't matter how you sit. You can sit even with your back up against a wall or in a chair. Find a way to sit comfortably so that you can be still. Close your eyes and settle in. If you'd like to make any little movements, roll the shoulders, roll the head, you're welcome to. Or if you're ready to just be still, go for it. Whenever the time comes that you do arrive in stillness, let your body find a sense of ease. Before we start moving and going and working hard and building up the heat, find a sense of ease. Relax your body as much as possible, your face, your neck and shoulders, your belly, your glutes, your hands and your feet. See if you can find a sense of relaxing in your mind. So even if your mind is really busy, really occupied with thoughts passing through, see if you can detach yourself just a little bit. In other words, turn on your inner observer so that you can watch those thoughts go by, but you don't get so tangled up in them. Observe the thoughts rather than being in the thoughts. Can you take a step back and stay in a place of ease? And do the same thing in your heart. Whatever emotions are sitting on your heart in this moment, can you take a step back, turn on your inner observer, and just allow them to be here in your experience while you remain at ease? Maybe notice if there's anywhere in your body where you've started to tense up again, even after relaxing. Did you tense up again? Do you have any places in your body, like the neck and the shoulders perhaps, or the face, where you tend to carry stress? And so even after relaxing those places, it creeps back. That's okay. You don't have to fix anything. Again, your inner observer is turned on. What can you do to become a little bit more aware of those places in the body where you hold on to stress, where stress and tension start to creep in? And then as soon as you become aware of it, let it go. It might stay in your body, just like thoughts or just like emotions. They might stay here with you, but as soon as you turn your inner observer on, you take a step back, you let go. You stay at ease. Deepen your breath a little bit if you haven't started to do so already. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Filling up not only your chest but your belly, using your diaphragm to breathe. As you exhale, you don't just let the air go, but you actively squeeze it out from your chest and your belly. In and out through the nose. Diaphragm is helping you breathe. When you breathe in, it's the diaphragm helping you to draw the air in. The diaphragm comes down toward the belly, and when you breathe out, the diaphragm relaxes, and it moves up and you effectively squeeze out the air. Visualize the diaphragm pulling down, pulling the air in as you breathe in, and relaxing, pushing upward as you breathe out. Starting to get connected to the sensation of your ribs moving as you breathe. With your inhales, your rib cage expands in all directions. With your exhales, your rib cage contracts inward from all sides. As you breathe in this way, maybe noticing if there's anywhere else in your body that started to tense up. Stress started to creep in. Keep breathing, but notice if your face tensed up. Relax it. Keep breathing. Notice if your neck and shoulders tensed up. Relax them. Keep breathing. Notice if your hands and your feet tensed up. Relax them as well. Take one more breath like this. And then continue breathing like this if you can, but start to bring a little bit of movement into your body. Start to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Get those shoulder blades sliding around on your back ribs. Good. Maybe take your arms up to a goalpost shape and keep rolling the shoulders around, initiating the movement from your shoulder blades, not your elbows. Your elbows are not in charge here. They're just along for the ride. And then shake your arms out down by your sides. Shake out your wrists, side to side, up and down. Interlace your fingers. Roll your wrists a couple of times in one direction, and then the other direction. And then take your wrists, or your fingers still interlaced, push your palms away from your body, and then inhale your arms up overhead. As you do this, notice if the ribs popped out to the front, draw them back in, and then take a little side bend over to one side, either side, and then use an inhale to come back up to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back up to center. As you exhale, release your hands, circle your wrists on the way down, and then take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers back behind you. Press your palms together, reach your arms out and away from your body, even lifting up and away from the floor if you've got the space to do so. Take a big deep breath. Notice if your ribs popped out again, draw them in. And then release your arms, roll your shoulders a couple more times. And then let's come into a tabletop pose. Hands and knees, all fours. Stacking your joints here, so your shoulders should be right on top of your wrists. Your hips should be right on top of your knees. Your toes can be tucked or untucked, either way. And if your knees are ever uncomfortable while they're here on the mat, you can always double or triple over your mat, kind of like so that you have a little extra cushion under the knees. And likewise for the wrists, if the wrists start to get uncomfortable, you can always double over the mat under the heel of your hand as well. So whatever you need to do here, set yourself up in a way that's comfortable. Blankets are a good option too. And then spread your fingers out super wide. And I usually like, for a plank here, I usually like my index fingers pointing forward rather than my middle finger, but you can adjust your hands and kind of dial them in and dial them out and see where it feels just right in your body. I encourage you to try out different rotations with the hands and see what really feels best. Everybody's bone structure is just a little bit different, so that might make a difference for you. And then I like hands out so that my pinky fingers are touching the edges of the mat. That ends up being just a little wider than shoulder distance apart, but you might like your hands closer together, maybe even off the mat so that just your thumbs rest on the mat. You might even like your hands to rotate out a little bit further. Kind of just depends on your own body. So play around there. And then let's go ahead and start to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone toward the sky. And then exhale, round your spine, push the floor away, puff up between your shoulder blades, and look between your legs. Inhale, drop your belly low, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Think about cobra action with the chest. Push the chest forward. And then exhale, round your spine. You could even come onto your fingertips here if that would feel good. Inhale, drop your belly, cobra the chest. Neck is nice and long. Exhale, round your spine. You could even sink back into the hips a little bit here. Get a little stretch for the shoulders as you reach the hands forward. Inhale, let's do this 2 more times. Cobra the chest, lift the tailbone. And exhale, round the spine, push the floor away, maybe drop back with the hips a little here. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, cobra the chest, lift the tailbone. And exhale, round the spine, maybe let the hips pull back a little bit. And then go ahead and come back to a neutral position. All right, we're going to do what I'm going to call shoulder blade push-ups or scapula push-ups. Your shoulder blades are called your scapulas. So we're going to do scapula push-ups. And you know what, actually, before we do these, let's go back. You can either tuck your toes under and sit back on your heels, get a little foot stretch while we practice this part. You could untuck your toes if it's comfortable, or you could kneel upright if it's uncomfortable to sit back on your heels. And I'm going to invite you here to roll your shoulders just a couple of times, tapping your awareness back into the shoulder blades, watching in your mind as the shoulder blades glide around on your back ribs. And then go a couple of times forwards. If you were going backwards, switch directions. And then shake your arms out. Okay, now take your arms out in front of you. All right, so your arms are out in front of you. What you're going to do is spread your shoulder blades apart as far as you can on your back body. Your shoulder blades are back here. I want you to not squeeze them together, but spread them apart. Feel the shoulder blades reaching out and around the sides of your rib cage to the left and the right. You're going to do this without rounding your spine. So like we were doing in tabletop, arching the back and rounding the spine, keep your spine neutral now. Draw your ribs in and down so the front side of your belly is braced as if you were going to get a big punch in the gut. You can even pretend and give yourself a little mini gentle punch in the stomach and activate all these muscles on the front side of your belly that you would turn on if somebody was coming at you with a big punch. Squeeze your glutes in the back as well. That's going to get your spine and your rib cage in a really good position. And then keep all of that turned on while you spread the shoulder blades apart. So the upper back doesn't round, the head doesn't reach forward, the spine stays neutral. Just the shoulder blades are spreading apart. Glutes are on, belly is braced. Crown of the head is reaching high. Now you're going to do the opposite, and you're going to pull the shoulder blades back toward each other so they squeeze toward each other on your back. Now, you're not going to back bend here. You're not going to pull the shoulder blades toward each other and push your chest forward and pop your rib cage out. You're going to keep the glutes on and keep the belly braced for a punch. That'll keep the ribs turning down. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. You'll notice without back bending and without bending your elbows, the shoulder blades are not going to squeeze all the way together. So keep the arms straight out in front of you. Arms are straight. And just squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. You should not feel the shoulder blades touching all the way in the middle by your spine. That is how you know you're either back bending or bending the elbows and squeezing. Okay, let's try that a couple more times. I know this is kind of hard work, surprisingly. Keep the belly braced, keep the glutes on, keep the crown of the head reaching high, and spread the shoulder blades apart. We call this retraction. Protraction. We call this protraction. When you squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other and pull them back and in, there's retraction. We're squeezing them in, we're retracting them, and then we protract, spread them apart, keep the spine neutral, belly braced, glutes on, and we retract, pull them back and in. This shouldn't be a huge movement. Protract one more time, and retract for the last time. And then drop your arms down, give them a shake. Maybe take a seat if you were upright. Okay, shake, shake, shake. Maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times. Maybe roll the head. Okay, last thing here. What I want you to do now is, let's actually do one arm at a time. What you want to do with the shoulder blades now is imagine scooping them. So instead of spreading them apart and drawing them together, you are going to imagine your shoulder blade scooping under your armpit and pushing your armpit forward. So they're going to kind of roll first. Let's roll the shoulder blade first into like bad posture. If you were to roll the shoulder up and forward, visualize the shoulder blade rolling up and over your shoulder. It's not going to come that far, but it's going to kind of come upward. Then from that bad posture, you're going to scoop the shoulder blade back, down, and under. You're not squeezing it into the middle. It's reaching out to the side and scooping under so that your armpit pushes forward. So your shoulder blade, again, roll it up into bad posture. Not really bad posture, just the full range of motion. And then scoop it down, around, and under, pushing your armpit forward. You should feel, if you use your other hand, you should feel the shoulder blade kind of pop out here under your shoulder. It should like peek out from under the bottom of your armpit here. If you're not feeling it, try really reaching out to the side and then pushing your armpit forward, and you should feel the shoulder blade start to come forward. If you're still not feeling it, keep practicing. This is kind of a weird movement, especially if you're not used to it. For me, I tried this for like a week straight and didn't get it, and then eventually one day it started happening. So keep practicing. Try it with the other arm. Take this arm, come into what we call kind of bad posture, the shoulders rolling forward, but the spine stays neutral, of course. Shoulder rolls into bad posture. And then as you start to roll the shoulder down, the shoulder blade slides down the rib cage around and pushes the armpit forward, and then you should feel the bottom of the shoulder blade start to push forward. It's like it's scooping down and around. And if you're not feeling it again, reach the arm out to the side. Push the armpit forward. Try it again. Roll the shoulder into bad posture. And then scoop the shoulder blade down, around, and push the armpit forward. You should feel the bottom of the shoulder blade here. Roll one more time into bad posture. Shoulder blade slides up and over. And then it slides down and around, pushing the armpit forward. You can feel the shoulder blade wrap under the armpit. You should also feel these muscles here right under the armpit turning on your serratus anterior. Go ahead and shake out the arms. And then let's try that one more time, the protraction and the retraction. Now, let's see. Take your both arms out at the same time. This is a little harder to do them both at the same time as opposed to one and then the other. Take them both out. Reach out to the sides as far as you can. Roll the shoulders into bad posture. And then scoop the shoulder blades so the armpits push forward. The shoulders, again, are not squeezing together here. They're reaching out to the sides. And the armpits are pushing forward. Now, keep this form. Keep the armpits pushing forward, shoulder blades scooping under as you take the arms forward. Depress the shoulders, push them down. Make sure the shoulder blades keep scooping around to the front. And then you're going to protract and retract here. They should already be kind of protracted, but let's exaggerate the protraction, spreading apart, not rounding the spine, keeping it neutral. And then retraction, pull them together. Protraction and retraction, draw them together. They won't move very far if you keep pushing the armpits forward, scooping the shoulder blades. Protraction, and one more time, retraction. Keep scooping the shoulder blades, pulling them back. They should not go very far. They shouldn't squeeze all the way together. Relax the arms, shake them out, and then I promise it gets a little bit more fun from here. But we're setting up the shoulders in a really stable way. So let's go ahead and do protraction and retraction from tabletop. Come on back down onto all fours. Adjust your hands as you wish. Spread your fingers out wide. Put the weight in your fingers more than letting it dump into your palms. And then we're going to protract the shoulders first. So protract the shoulder blades. Make sure your spine is long, belly is braced for a punch. And then as you think of protracting the shoulder blades, you effectively push the floor away and spread the shoulder blades apart on your back. Keep the shoulder blade scoop happening. as much as you can imagine it, visualize it happening here in this different posture. Then we're gonna retract the shoulder blades, so you keep your spine neutral, keep the belly braced, don't drop the rib cage down, keep the belly braced, retract the shoulders. You should not drop all the way down between your shoulders and lurch the head forward and squeeze the shoulders. You should stay with a neutral spine and a belly braced, the scoop of the shoulder blades, and feel the shoulder blades gently come just a couple of inches, if that, toward each other. Protract again, push the floor away, spread the shoulder blades apart on your back ribs, and then retract, draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Keep the belly braced for a punch, don't let the ribs drop. One more time, push the floor away, protract the shoulder blades, and then retract the shoulder blades, draw them toward each other without letting the belly drop. Good, go ahead and sit back onto your heels, roll your shoulders, shake out your arms. Good, and then let's come into a downward facing dog from here. Tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. Spread your fingers out wide, really push with your arms down into the floor. Keep your knees bent, flip your tailbone up toward the sky. Really reach the tailbone up and back. Keep the belly braced for a punch. Big deep breath, maybe shake the head, yes and no, relax the neck. Make sure you keep the knees bent. If you want to rock the hips from side to side a little as you settle in, you can do so. You can pedal the feet, whatever feels good. And we'll take one more big deep breath. Good, on your next inhale, look up at your hands. Squat back with your legs. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop to a forward fold. Keep your knees bent and your palms planted. Think about cobra action with the chest. Push the chest toward the hands. And then as you inhale, stand up, reach up. As you exhale, let your arms drop down by your sides. Okay, this would be a great opportunity to give the shoulders a little roll, a little reset. Shake out the arms. And then turn on the legs before we go here. Mountain pose at the top of your mat. Thighs and glutes are on. Belly is braced. Shoulders are dropping down. Shoulder blades are scooping forward, so your armpits effectively push forward. Your palms should rotate toward the front. Keep the belly braced. Take an inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bend your knees, sit way back, bring your palms all the way to the mat. Cobra the chest. Take an inhale, shift the weight into your hands. As you exhale, lightly step one foot and then the other back into a knee plank. Set your knees down onto the mat. Okay, so knee planks to start. We build the foundation and then we'll make it a high plank. See if you can create one long line between the top of your head and your knees. So your head is not dropping down. You're also not looking forward. It's one straight line. So your neck is nice and long as well. Brace your belly for a punch. Squeeze your glutes. Push the floor away with your hands. A little bit of protraction of the shoulder blades. Think of that shoulder blade scoop, so your chest is sliding forward, if anything, but keep the belly braced. Take a big breath in. And out. Okay, 5 times we're gonna do protraction and retraction here within knee plank pose. Let's start with protraction. Push the floor away. You might already be in this kind of protracted state. And then as you exhale, retract. Let the shoulder blades draw toward each other without dropping down and collapsing between them. Keep the belly braced. Inhale, protract the shoulder blades, spread them apart, keep the glutes on. Exhale, retract, keep the belly braced. Don't collapse. Inhale, protract, press the floor away. Exhale, retract, keep the belly braced. 2 more. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. Keep your neck nice and long. Last one. Inhale, protract. And exhale, retract. Good. Transition from here either to a downward facing dog again, or if you'd prefer, you can take a child's pose. Set your knees down, drop back onto your heels, drop your forearms down, or even take your hands back by your feet to give the shoulders a little extra rest. Big deep breath here. If you're in child's pose, come back to downward facing dog. Let's all look up at the hands, squat back with the legs. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop to a forward fold. Inhale here, and exhale here. Cobra the chest. Inhale, stand up, reach up, and exhale, let your arms drop down. Roll your shoulders 2 or 3 times. Reset. Turn the thighs, the glutes on. Brace the belly for a punch. Reach the crown of the head high. You should feel the back of your neck nice and long here. Big breath in, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees, sit back, forward fold, palms all the way to the earth. Cobra the chest, and then inhale, shift the weight into your hands. As you exhale, lightly step one foot and then the other back to a full high plank. All right, so this should look just like knee plank, except that your knees are up off the floor. Your thighs are turned on, your glutes are turned on, your belly is braced for a punch. Your neck is super long, one long line now between the crown of your head and your heels. Your heels should also not be pushing way back so that you feel a calf stretch. Your heels should be right up on top of your toes, like you're trying to stand on your very most tippy toes. You'll really feel your quads turn on there. And then brace the belly again for a punch. We're gonna see if we can do 5 protractions and retractions. All right, keep the head lifted. Protract, inhale. Exhale, retract. Don't collapse. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. Inhale, protract. This should feel really challenging. Exhale, retract. Keep the belly braced. Inhale, protract. Shaking is good. Exhale, retract. One more time. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. And then either set the knees down for child's pose or go back to downward facing dog. 3 big deep breaths. Awesome work. Let's come back up to downward dog if you're in child's pose. Look up between your hands, squat back with your legs, walk, step, or hop to a forward fold. Inhale, cobra the chest. And exhale, see if you can fold just a little bit deeper. Inhale, stand up strong, reach up high. Exhale, let your arms come down by your sides. Roll the shoulders 2 or 3 times. Reset. Find your breath. And then turn the thighs on, glutes on, brace the belly, reach the head high. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, palms all the way down to the floor. Cobra the chest, inhale. Exhale, step your feet back to a high plank. All right, from here, let's go ahead and push forward off the toes. And then slide back toward the heels. Keep the weight in the fingers the whole time. Push forward off the toes, your whole body shifts forward, and then your whole body shifts back, you drop toward the heels. Keep the belly braced the whole time. Push the floor away with your hands. Push forward and slide back. Push forward and slide back. Push forward, slide back. Good, halfway there, let's do that 5 more times. 4 more. Keep the belly braced, glutes on. 3. 2 more, nice and slow, don't rush it. Last one. And then either go back to downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 big deep breaths. See if you can come back to that internal place of ease. When you're ready, if you're in child's pose, come back to downward dog, look up between your hands, squat back with your legs, and then walk, step, or hop to a forward fold at the top. Inhale, cobra the chest. Exhale, see if you can fold 1 inch deeper. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, let your arms drop down. Roll the shoulders 2 or 3 times. Reset, find your breath. And then turn the thighs on, glutes on, brace the belly, crown of the head reaches high. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, bring your palms to the mat. Cobra the chest, take an inhale. As you exhale, step your feet back to a high plank. All right, from here, let's go ahead and come down onto the elbows for a forearm plank. Tiptoe the feet back or drop one elbow at a time. And then if you want to, you can interlace the fingers. If you'd rather, you can keep the hands separated. Your choice. Find the same alignment here as you did in high plank. If at any time it's too much, you can make it a knee plank. If your knees are lifted, turn the thighs on. Heels are right up on top of the toes. Glutes are on, belly is braced. Let's push forward just like we did before and slide backward toward the heels. 9 more times. 8 more. 7 more. 6. Keep the head in line with the rest of the spine. 5. 4. Keep the belly braced. 2. And last one. Good. Drop your knees and come to child's pose or go to downward facing dog. 3 big deep breaths. If you're in child's pose, come back to downward facing dog, look up at your hands, squat back with your legs, walk, step, or hop to a forward fold. Inhale, cobra the chest, and then exhale, see if you can fold a little more deeply. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, let the arms drop down, roll the shoulders 2 or 3 times, reset. Find your breath. And then settle in, turn the thighs on, the glutes on, brace the belly, reach the crown of the head high. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back, bring your palms to the mat. Inhale, cobra the chest. Exhale, step your feet back to a high plank. All right, this time we're gonna try out side plank. Keep your head lifted to start, neck long, brace the belly, turn the glutes on. We're gonna go on to the right side first. So take the feet nice and wide. Spin your heels over to the right side, and then lift the left arm up to the sky. Now, if this already feels like a lot, go ahead and drop your right knee down to the mat. Modified side plank. If you keep the right leg lifted, you can keep the feet exactly as they are, stacked left in front of right, or you could try bringing the left big toe on top of the right big toe with a little bit of space between your heels. Make sure that your right shoulder is right on top of your right wrist. You're pushing down really hard into those right fingers. Really exaggerate the right fingers. Now turn the glutes on. Don't let the hips drop, but maybe don't exaggerate lifting them up higher than needed toward the sky. See if you can create one straight line from the top of your head to your heels. Left arm lifts. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's switch sides. Left hand to the floor, heels to the left, right hand up to the sky. Push the floor away with your left hand as hard as you can, especially the fingers. You can again drop the left knee down to the floor if you'd like to. This would be a great modification, even just to give yourself a tiny little break. If you'd like, keep the left foot back at the end of the mat, knee lifted. You can even stack the big toes with a little space between your heels. Make sure, find your balance. Make sure that your left shoulder is on top of your left wrist. The left fingers are really working hard. The right arm is reaching up, up, up. Squeeze the glutes, brace the belly for a punch, reach high, big breath in. As you exhale, bring the right hand back down to the floor. Let's go back to downward facing dog just for a moment. Take a big deep breath. All right, as you're ready, come forward to a high plank again. Let's go to the right side. Side plank. Now, if you want to bring the big toes together to start and roll onto the outside of the right foot, you can bring the left foot on top immediately if you want to. Left arm goes up, big breath in. As you exhale, bring the left hand down, roll over onto the left pinky edge of the left foot. Bring the right hand up, inhale. As you exhale, let's go back to the right side. Roll over the toes. Pinky edge of the right foot. Left hand up, inhale, don't drop the hips. Exhale the left hand down, roll over the toes. Right hand goes up, inhale. Exhale, one more each side, right hand down, roll over the toes. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the left hand down, roll over the toes. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale the right hand down, go back to either downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 big deep breaths. If you're in child's pose, come up and back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale, look up between your hands, squat back with your legs. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop to a forward fold, keeping your hands rooted. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, let your arms drop down. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down 2 or 3 times. Reset, find your breath. And then go ahead and turn your thighs on, your glutes on, brace your belly. Reach the crown of your head high, you're doing great. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, bring your palms to the mat. Cobra the chest, inhale. Exhale, step your feet back to a high plank. We're gonna start the same way. You're gonna roll the heels over to the right, however you like your feet. Take an inhale, reach your left arm up. Keep the hips lifted, glutes on. As you exhale, roll onto the left hand. This is the same as before. Inhale the right hand up, keep the belly braced. As you exhale, this time you're gonna take the right forearm to the mat, like you're doing a forearm plank. But then side plank the feet. Inhale the left arm up. Now brace the belly, turn the glutes on. Spine is long, don't drop the head, don't drop the hips. As you exhale, take the left forearm down, drop the spin the heels. Inhale the right arm up. Now, as you exhale, take the right palm to the floor. You're gonna do a big press, roll over the toes, and inhale the left hand up into a side plank on your right hand. As you exhale, take the left hand down, switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale the right forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the left forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Right hand to the mat. Exhale, press up. Switch the feet. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the left hand down. Switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Last time on the forearms. Exhale the right forearm down with control. Switch the feet. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the left forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale the right forearm down. Drop the knees. Come into child's pose. 3 big deep breaths. All right, when you're ready, come back up to downward facing dog. We're going to do the exact same thing, but reverse the sides. So we'll start on the left side when you're ready. From downward dog, come into high plank on your hands. Set it up, make it just as strong as the first one. Glutes on, belly braced, spine long, neck long. And then roll the heels over to the left. Start on the left side, reach your right hand up, inhale. Exhale the right hand down, heels spin to the right. Left hand up, inhale. Exhale, now the left forearm down to the mat. Roll the feet. Right arm goes up, inhale. Exhale the right forearm down, switch the feet. Left arm goes up, inhale. Exhale, left hand, press up, switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale the right hand, switch the feet. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, left forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, right forearm to the mat. Switch the feet. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, press the left hand. Switch the feet. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, right hand down. Switch the feet. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left forearm. You've got this. Switch the feet. Inhale the right arm. Exhale, right forearm. Switch the feet. Inhale the left arm. Last time through, press the left hand. Switch the feet. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, right hand down. Switch the feet. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, right forearm down. Switch the feet. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left forearm down. Drop the knees. Come to child's pose. Take 3 big deep breaths. Okay, we're almost through. When you're ready, come up and back to downward facing dog. Look up between your hands, squat back with your legs. Walk, step, or hop to a forward fold. Cobra the chest, inhale. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, stand up, reach up. And exhale, drop your arms down. Yeah, let's roll the shoulders 2 or 3 times. Can't forget this important reset step. Catch your breath. And then settle in, turn on the thighs, the glutes, brace the belly, reach the crown of the head high. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back to a high plank. All right, from here, take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your right knee all the way to your right tricep. Tap it, hold it there, and then send it back. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Think like you're Spider-Man. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Get it way up high. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Way up, hold it. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Hold it. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Hold it. Inhale, step it back. 1 more each side. Exhale, right knee. Inhale it back. Exhale, left knee. Inhale it back. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath. All right, when you're ready, come forward to a high plank. You're gonna drop your left elbow down onto the mat and your right elbow coming into a forearm plank. This is our very last one. We're gonna call this Twizzler plank. Hands can be interlaced or separated, your choice. Your forearms are gonna stay in the exact same position, regular forearm plank in the upper body. Your feet are gonna twist from right to left. Go when you're ready, right, left, right, left, right, left. Keep breathing, left. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one, almost there, and drop your knees down. Come back to child's pose. Take 3 big deep breaths. If you're in child's pose, come up and back to downward facing dog for the last time. When you're ready, look up between your hands with an inhale, squat back with your legs. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop, forward fold. Cobra the chest, inhale. As you exhale, take a seat. Lay down on your back. Whew. All right. This will be our one and only upside down plank, AKA bridge pose, kind of, sort of. Take your feet wide for this one, all the way to the edges of your mat. All the way to the edges. Maybe your heels are on the mat, toes off like mine. Maybe you've got your feet super wide and your heels are all the way off your mat. Your choice. Start by tucking your tailbone, pressing your low back into the mat, pushing down into your heels, and maybe just lifting your tailbone up only. Just your tailbone, start there. Really feel the length in your lower back. Imagine like the back of your rib cage, the lower The lower ribs on the back side are really heavy, and they're gonna stay heavy as you push into your heels and lift your hips up. The back ribs are gonna stay heavy, so it never turns into a big back bend. We're working on hip extension here, not back bend. Keep the back ribs heavy. Keep the knees pulling out to the left and the right sides. Don't let them collapse in. Pull them out to the sides. Woo, you should feel the sides of the hips turn on. This is your glute med, your gluteus medius. Okay, knees are pulling out, back ribs are heavy. Belly is braced for a punch, just like you were in a right side up plank. Glutes are squeezing even harder than a normal plank because they're doing most of the work here. Glutes are really working to get those hips up as high as possible without back bending. Glutes up as high as possible, but the back ribs stay heavy. Really exaggerate, pulling the back ribs down toward the floor while the glutes press up. And the belly is bracing for a punch. Keep the knees pulling out. Keep all of this working really hard. The glutes should be on fire. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. 4 more. Glutes up, back ribs down. 3 more. Knees out, hips up a little higher. 2 more. And last one. Gently roll your hips down to the floor. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Good. Go ahead and keep your right knee in. Extend your left leg out long. Press the back of the left leg down into the floor. Pull the right knee not just straight into your chest, but out toward your right shoulder. Like your thigh is trying to come close to your outer right ribs. Push the back of your left knee down toward the floor. You might feel a little bit of stretch for the front side of your left hip. You might not, but you might. Especially if you really exaggerate pushing the back of your left knee down toward the floor. Good, and then go ahead and take this right knee, cross it over the body for a twist. Take your right arm out to the side for a twist, a big stretch across the chest. And then you're gonna take your right arm from this position straight out to the side and slide it up toward an overhead position. Not toward the ceiling, but slide it along the floor the whole time until you're reaching straight over your head. And then slide it back straight out to the side and then up overhead. Keeping the back of your hand sliding along the floor the whole time. Kind of like a snow angel, going back and forth. You should feel a big opening across your chest. There should at least be one little sweet spot in here somewhere, and if you find it, you can just hold your arm right there and take 2 or 3 big deep breaths. When you're ready, come back to center. We'll switch sides. Left knee into your chest, right leg out long. Push the back of your right leg down into the floor, back of your right knee down into the floor. Pull your left knee up toward your chest and out toward your right armpit, your right shoulder, like your thigh. Left thigh is trying to slide along the outside of your left ribs. Keep pushing the back of your right knee down into the floor. You should feel hopefully a little bit of stretch across the front side of your right hip, maybe inner left thigh. Your head is heavy. Really pull this left knee in close. Big deep breath. And then when you're ready, cross the left knee over the body for a twist, rolling onto your right hip, opening the left arm out to the side. Maybe even looking over that left hand. Reach it out as far as you can. And then slide the left arm straight up overhead, dragging the fingers along the floor, the back of the hand along the floor. And then slide it back straight out to the left side and up overhead. And keep sliding back and forth like this. If and when you find a sweet spot, you can leave your arm there, or you can keep sliding the arm up and down like a snow angel. If you find that sweet spot, take 2 or 3 big deep breaths there. When you're ready, gently make your way back to center for Shavasana. If there's a final stretch, like a happy baby or something else you'd like to take here, you're welcome to. Otherwise, go ahead and lay your legs long, arms long by your sides. Closing down your eyes after you make your little adjustments, little movements, settling into the most comfortable place you can find. Take a swallow, relax your throat, unclench your teeth, relax your jaw. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Relax all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Let your whole body be heavy, feeling the support of the earth underneath you. Staying here for as long as you would like. Soaking up your Shavasana. All of the benefits of your yoga practice, of your hard work. Keeping your inner observer turned on even as you rest and relax. Noticing how it feels to transition from stillness at the beginning to movement and hard work and heat and maybe sweat, back into stillness once again. I'll invite you, if you have the time, stay in Shavasana until your body intuitively tells you it's ready to be done with Shavasana, to wake back up and re-enter the rest of the day. Not your mind. See if you can let your thoughts go. Let your body be in charge. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you. Namaste.